Okay. Well, I guess let's just get started. And uh, yeah, welcome to the Infra work group. And let's get a weekly update from everyone. We'll start with Sandy.
Sounds good. Yeah. So this week I spent like we did the planning for the OKRs and stuff, and the milestone planning. Except from that, I worked on um, adding the documentation for archival notes and some syncing with Mario about the backups because we had the issue before New Year's Eve, before the holidays that some of the nodes were down, and that's now resolved, and the backups are up and running back. So I just added the documentation on how to run that, and there's a PR. I added you, Mario, and Ilya, which explains how to add like the configuration and tracking charts and links to the public backups. And I spend a lot of time on figuring out why the CI is failing with uh, no files, a maximum files exceeded, or like whatever the U limit, um, not U limit, the PUM limit um, is. So essentially, I figured out that we were bumping the PUM limits, but for some reason they don't get applied uh, in BuildKite. So it's running under the BuildKite agent, and the limit for open file is still 1024. Um, and now I have some assumptions why that was happening. I
How did you
invalidated
raise the
some of
limits?
them.
Sorry for
Sorry.
interrupting. How did you raise the limit?
So I changed the limits.conf file, and I also changed the uh, sysctl
There is sys control, I think.
syscontrol. Yeah, syscontrol as well.
Yeah. Okay.
But like it works fine under the root user. It works fine under the SSH users. It also works fine now under SU users. I fixed that. But I assume that none of these ways is how BuildKite is spawning the shell. I think it's actually a CH root. Um, but I still haven't fully validated is it CH root. And if it is CH root, then I'm not sure if we can trivially change that without changing the code of BuildKite and adding some like
I don't know.
additional logic to
Sounds
do
like
it.
the worst solution, but I don't know. Actually raising the limit before running the scripts, and that's it.
It doesn't, because it doesn't, you need sudo permissions to do it. And like the user which is running in ch root, so you cannot call sudo without a password. Yeah, so it's it's I don't know. I don't know. Maybe for like I don't know. Like the easiest solution is just to like limit the concurrency, and then that many files wouldn't be opening. But that's not the best way to do it. The best way is to figure out like how some way to get around it. And I just started investigating. I spent the whole day today investigating, and I just like 2 hours ago or an hour ago I figured out that I think it's ch root. And yeah, I could like I think it's gonna take me a few days to figure it out. I don't know if it's really worth investigate. Like, yeah, now the test is flaky. You can restart it, and like 1 in 10 cases it fails. But yeah, we should figure out like how to make it. And the biggest problem is like, yeah, BuildKite doesn't give you enough flexibility to do these kind of things, unfortunately. Um, so yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, it's very complicated right now. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it's too much work to fix it, then I guess we don't have to
Yeah.
do it at this time.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna spend like tomorrow a few more hours on
Mhm.
on just to validate that this is the case, and then if that's really the case, I'm gonna send an email to the support at BuildKite and ask them
Okay.
to help out because I'm not sure.
Okay. Sounds good. Uh, so what do you plan on work next other than this issue?
So there's like other small things I have to wrap up. Like there's like so just give me a second. So yeah, the documentation has to land. But once that's done, just give me a second. So next week I have the next week is the compliance stuff for the licenses.
Mhm.
So that's something which is like once we have the this thing, the education thing,
Mhm.
then I'm gonna start looking into that and start with near core first. And also there's like some issue. There's like also the mismatching tag in neared version. There seems to like some bug in the release process. So I plan to look into that as well. Somebody reported that the near D version doesn't
Oh, yes.
match the release tag. So I still have to look into that. Why is that happening? And yeah, compliance, I assume is the next thing. And core dumps. I started looking into the core dumps, and then like I just figured out it's simple to like it will be simple to add, but there's like it's gonna take a few days. So next week
Okay.
I'm gonna be starting looking into that. First I'm gonna figure this once, and then adding core dumps and automation for uploading them to like storage.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, this CI thing took it's very unfortunate and too complicated. Like it became very complicated,
Mhm.
unfortunately.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, Mario. What about you?
Yeah. So basically migrated testnet to use systemd instead of nearup. So there is no longer nearup on testnet. I would say important note to know. Like everything is running in systemd. It has new labels for monitoring. Like doesn't sound like something big, but it's actually going to enable us to have nicer alerting, if it makes sense. Like we are going to be able to differentiate between validators, RPCs, and everything very simply without looking up like 0 is this, 1 is this, 2 is this, and those kind of stuff. Also did some work around backups, actually syncing like the playbooks which are doing backups with the new systemd. Like it requires changing, like restarting of the nodes and some other stuff. That seems to work. There are other playbooks to be revisioned, like we have some others. I guess mostly testing them because they are reusing the stuff which we use for creating backups. Besides that, what else? Looked up some monitoring stuff. It seems to be working. That seems to be okay.
What monitoring exactly?
Bogdan came up with Explorer, and
Okay.
it seems to be working
There's some
already.
Explorer monitoring, I suppose.
Explorer indexer, like indexer for
Okay.
Explorer, like it seems to be working already. I need to verify that with Bogdan and Frol,
Okay.
but
Okay. Sounds
we'll
good.
see about that. And I would say that's it. Like
Okay.
I'm planning to push more on the testnet. So things left would be deploy new testnet RPC nodes and reroute all traffic to them.
By deploying new RPC nodes, you mean additional RPC nodes?
Additional RPC nodes, then rerouting traffic to them and killing off the old ones. That's basically the plan.
Oh, so you actually so you actually have new ones and you just shut down the old ones, and I mean
like the plan is very simple. Actually, I have the new ones already. So reroute traffic to them, leave it out to see if everything's working okay as it should be, because I'm not messing with the load balancer. I'm simply pointing like new to new nodes and then removing the old ones, because I don't see a point in having two types of RPC nodes. Like this seems like, I don't know, a better approach just to have one type, if it makes sense.
But like, do you still keep the same number of nodes, or is it just purely some migration and there's no additional nodes involved?
I'm planning to keep the same number of nodes, but like you can easily change the number of nodes. That's the whole point. So that shouldn't be, I would say, a problem. Like you can go even into Google Cloud Console and change the number at will per zone.
Okay.
And I would say that's it. And I also have some OKR updates, but I'll leave that. I just remember there's one more thing to do.
What about the stuff related to bridge?
The bridge, is currently on hold. Marcelo continued to work on adding more metrics to it. Like I did the initial, I would say, scaffolding with the metrics, and he's adding new metrics in it. And after that's done, like we can integrate it.
Okay, so that's for the monitoring of the bridge, I guess.
Yeah, that's for the monitoring. Like it's just missing the integration step to the Grafana, Prometheus alerts, and everything.
Okay. What about the end-to-end test? I think Alex.
I still haven't touched on that.
Okay.
Because like I migrated testnet and backups, and I want to get it, I would say, uniform, because now it's kind of messy. Like I know how to do it, but if even some of you too like try to do something, like it's going to get really confusing really fast, because there are new ones, old ones. Like it's very easy to get confused.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I think that sounds good. Maybe we can take a look at the OKR. Yeah, I was hoping that Max can join the call, but because I have no idea what's.
Just to verify, the OKR should be public, or because we're streaming on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I think its goal is for it to be public. I think we just have not.
Okay.
Yeah. This
just
part.
Verifying.
Yeah. Well, I mean that. I think currently this link is not publicly accessible. I think we just need to figure out a way to make that work. But I don't. There's no sensitive information.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah. So there are some key results. Sorry, objectives. I mean, license compliance. I just have no idea what's needed to be done there. So I asked Max to take a look, and I hope that he will. He will add the necessary key results. Otherwise, I'm not sure whether you have looked at it, and if you do, maybe just let me know whether something needs to be added or changed, because so that we don't spend time just going through them right now.
Yeah, like I have only one thing to add in there. I forgot about it. It's
Okay.
actually connected to the new RPC infrastructure.
Okay.
Like it's, I would say, a final part of it.
Okay. What is it?
It's configuring, like we have auto discovery for collecting metrics. So not auto discovery, service discovery for collecting metric. So that basically means whenever a new RPC nodes, we create a new RPC node, it automatically gets included into metrics and alerting. And also like the other part of that puzzle is provisioning of alerting. Like currently we have it manual, but it's quite tedious because we
I
have
see.
like it's okay, like it can work, but like it's very hard to maintain. Like we have like I don't know 10 dashboards for alerts, and and most of the alerts are very similar. They like you change things like mainnet, testnet, but the alert are more or less the same. So like the goal of that would be to have templating for alerts and like easy provisioning. So for example, let's say we have like CPU utilization and we decide that instead of alerting on 80%, we want to alert on 70%. Like we just change one template and not like 10 dashboards.
Monitoring, like infrastructure as code,
Yes. Yeah, that's
as
it.
code, like infrastructure as code for monitoring. Essentially, that's what
For Grafana,
for Grafana. Yeah, exactly.
like the Prometheus is pretty much.
Implement, yeah, yeah, like alerting and provisioning. Yeah, like that's fine, I think. Can you go up?
Yeah.
From start. Create service directory.
Oh, you can. I mean, you have access to this, right? So I mean, you can
just like so we just went through it. Yeah.
I can send you chat. Probably easier if you open separate trace so that it's easier for you to take a look.
Q4.
Okay, down.
That's it.
I think yeah, the first line looks fine. Bridge infrastructure support, that makes also sense. This makes sense as well. Yeah, this makes sense as well.
Yeah, as I said, the part that's missing is license compliance. That I don't know what's need to be done there.
Me neither yet. So
yeah. I'm saying I asked Max to add stuff there. So yeah. So yeah, if people, I mean, you can take your time to look at this afterwards as well. But yeah, I mean, I guess if there's nothing to talk about like right now, maybe we can just discuss later if you have any concerns.
There's
or
only
anything.
one thing which I wanted to mention for the today's incident review. Like there was no post-mortem written by the.
Oh. Well, yeah, I guess the process
So I think,
isn't. I mean, I think people forgot about it. I mean, the process isn't really.
Yeah, so I think that we should probably discuss today in the incident review meeting how do we want to proceed with the incident reviews and like try to find owners from every team which are going to attend every meeting. Even if they're not involved, they should attend and then to get visibility of these things in the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing else from my side.
Sounds good. We can discuss it there. Yeah. Okay. Then if there's nothing else to discuss, we can end it here. And then
also one thing, I sent an email. I sent an email to BuildKite.
Okay.
Right
great.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see what they say, and hope we have a solution there.
Sounds good.